Hey, Buddy Manning here. Welcome to the Garden Report from Celtics practice here on Saturday afternoon. Josue Pavon by my side. Blake Griffin reportedly joined the Celtics on a one-year veteran minimum deal. He's not here yet. Didn't catch him. Maybe he's still coming out from LA. He wasn't on the floor. You couldn't even see him in the gym behind the scenes here. And
Coach didn't even
Joe
want
Mazzulla,
to talk to him. I mean, Coach didn't want to talk about him, I should say.
Yeah, Joe Mazzulla unable to comment on the Griffin signing yet, though Josue tried.
I mean, I guess he's a by-the-book coach, and technically you're not supposed to comment until it's official. So that's I get it. All good.
We'll talk about instead Blake joining at 33 years old, 14 seasons or so into his career. Amazing that this is where he finally lands in green after all those dreams Celtics fans have had of him here in his prime. That's not who he is at this point. Fell under 10 points per game last year, 26% from three. Not even part of that Nets rotation against the Celtics in that first round there until the end when he played some fourth quarter minutes. He can still hit a three here or there. He can still defend some bigs. But this isn't Blake athletically with the burst. And remember, he had like 2 years there where he didn't even dunk, and injuries have just riddled this guy. What can he bring on the floor at this point?
Well, at this stage of his career, Bobby, especially when you consider the injuries and what the Celtics have going on in the front court, you're hoping that he can obviously be a good passer. I think that's a part of his game that people are still giving him props for after last season. But if you're the Celtics, you're hoping you'll see the Blake that we saw 2 years ago, right? Someone who defined that role player in the sense of, like you mentioned, can shoot down, can knock down a three-point shot, can run the floor for you, can defend. I think if you're the Celtics and you're trying to find a veteran that can help right away, especially without Rob Williams, he sort of fits that mold in the sense of being someone that's experienced, someone that can guard big man, can guard the five. It's okay doing it. Obviously, we're not sure if he can do this long term, but at this point, you're not worried about that. You just want to have someone in there in the middle for the first couple of months, see how he meshes with their teammates, and then go from there.
Yeah, and they need it right now. Kornet reportedly sprained his ankle. We saw him out there getting a few shots up. He might have been in line to start this preseason game from the look of things in practice so far, but he'll miss a couple weeks here. You already have Rob out, Gallinari out, so it was effectively Horford, Kabengele, and Grant, who's already your backup four. So they need another body. I wasn't for signing one of these veterans, even Blake. Like I don't know how much he has left at this point, but in this circumstance where he's signing the veteran minimum, you get some cap relief from it on a one-year deal that I explained yesterday in our video, and you need someone stable to step in there and help transition not only them on the floor and help ease things on Al early this season, but them off the floor, because he's certainly been through some situations in his career like that Clippers ownership controversy where they had to focus on basketball despite everything going on off the floor. And those veteran pieces of advice, I guess you could say, are where he can help this group too.
I think that fits. Yeah, absolutely. And he's someone that these guys respect, obviously, right? If you're Jaylen Brown, if you're Jason Tatum, you remember seeing him win the dunk contest. You remember him in his heyday. So I think that's relevant. All that is part of this. If you're a Celtics organization looking to bring in a veteran that can help not only on the floor but also in the locker room.
So Celtics Hornets 1 o'clock tomorrow. We will be there with coverage from TD Garden. Celtics back on the floor, taking on the Hornets. Joe Mazzulla said today he's looking for some carryover. Not exactly sure how many minutes starters are going to play. I don't think we'll see Blake, considering he's not here yet. So what are you looking for from that game? Of course, it's going to be Al. It's going to be Grant. It's going to be Mfiondu Kabengele, who I just posted an interview with on Celtics All Access, filling out those center minutes. And Joe thought Mfiondu was ready. I know you got to see a little bit of him in the summer league.
Right. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see because he's definitely going to be someone who gets a lot of minutes, I think, in this first tune-up. And I also want to just see how the offense looks in the sense of just moving the ball around. Let's see if that defense in terms of switching, how much switching is still going. I mean, everyone's going to be keeping an eye on how reminiscent this team is from last year. Obviously, it's not the same circumstances, and obviously, Game 6 of the NBA Finals is a completely different environment. But for the most part, you want to see how these guys look after all this time off, and you want to see just how the overall flow of this team is with the new head coach right now.
All right, we will see you tomorrow from pregame. Joe Mazzulla probably going to speak before the game, maybe a shoot-around as well. We'll see. That will all be available on the CLNS YouTube page. Celtics All Access for segments and coverage of the game. And, of course, Celtics post-game is back. Jimmy, Josue. I actually think Jimmy's off tomorrow, but Sherrod, Josue, John, and I will be live after the game. Brought to you by com.com/Garden for 40% off. Premium subscription of sleep sounds, meditation, yoga, calm of the day, a little bit of everything for someone there, as well as some bedtime stories for adults and children. So go get all of that for 40% off, com.com/garden. Athleticgreens.com/garden gets you that powder. throwing your water every morning.
That's right. Every morning, brother. You got to do it every morning. That's the advice.
With 75 vitamins, minerals, adaptogens, probiotics, and more. Go over there, get that. Some cool gear like cups and containers. When you start with the month there, and use athleticgreens.com/garden to get 5 free travel packs, as well as a year's supply of vitamin D from our back center here in Boston.
Absolutely.
Josue, Pavon, Bobby Manning. We will see you from Celtics Hornets tomorrow.